Hello, people. Today I'm doing a review for the new Amazon Prime show, The Rings of Power, or Ring of Power, or whatever the title is. Um, I actually didn't watch a single trailer for this show at all. I've seen all the Lord of the Rings movies at least once or twice, and I've seen the Hobbit movies countless times because I actually watched those a lot throughout my childhood. And so I'm not like the biggest fan of the franchise. I've seen them all, obviously, and yeah. And before we get into this review, I would like to go ahead and say I know I have not posted in a month. That's the longest I've gone without posting on this channel since I started it in 2017. I know when you go back at my other videos, you see that I the videos start like sometime after that, but I've deleted a lot of videos since. But really, when it comes to me recording and uploading, this is the longest time there hasn't been, and that's mostly because of personal reasons. And yeah, and everything's fine with me, and I just want to let you guys know that everything is okay. But now we have a new show to talk about. Plus, things before were really slow. August was a really slow month. The last video I posted was the trailer, my review for Bullet Train. And that feels like forever ago because wasn't any big trailers, there wasn't any big releases, and if I did see something new, I guess I just didn't redeem it worthy for review. But I did see Moonfall, and I plan on watching Elvis either today or tomorrow because it's now on HBO Max, and I haven't seen Elvis yet. So yeah, but now we're talking about Rings of Power, the brand new show. This is famously known as a really, really expensive show that Amazon is doing. And when you look at this show, you can tell it was really expensive, and particularly with the production design, the cast, you can tell they spent a lot of money on this. There are VFX shots that look stellar, and some VFX shots that look like it is an Amazon TV show. Being 2 episodes in, I don't necessarily know how I feel about the show overall. The first episode, I was very weary. I wasn't the biggest fan of the first episode, and then the second episode got a lot better. And that's mostly due to the way that we're introduced to this storyline. I'm not the biggest, like I said, I'm not extremely familiar with this franchise. Like I said, I saw the Hobbit movies a lot, but I watched them a lot because I liked them when I was a kid. So with this franchise, I don't know if this is how much I need to know or remember to go into this, even though I know it's a prequel. And so during the first episode, there are so many storylines that the show has, and I felt like I was just dunked into the middle of them. And I know they introduced the characters, we have a flashback or two, but at the end of the day, I really felt like I was thrown into a middle of a story, and now I'm just playing catch up throughout. And yeah, and then episode 2 happened, and I felt a lot more comfortable with the series. I really, really liked episode 2. There was a lot of really thrilling sequences, and it really gave me a lot of it gave me at moments it gave me the feeling of what it was like to watch the Lord of the Rings movies when I was little. I remember I watched them for the first time when I was about 7 years old, and I watched like all 3 of them with my dad in one weekend. Not the extended cut, but the theatrical cuts. But basically I felt that feeling again when you see like creepy imagery of this world. And this show does at moments really recapture that feeling of being at Middle Earth, really feeling that just the presence and magic of that world. And other moments of the show, my enjoyment really waxed and waned because I feel attached to some of the characters. Some of them I have no attachment to whatsoever. Some of the characters are growing on me. Some of them I liked from the beginning of the show. And so it kind of has that weird effect between storylines where I'm like, I'm really into this, and now I'm bored. Because, like, obviously, this is a character-heavy show if you've seen it. So I need more time with the show. I'm not giving it a score in this. I'll definitely do a review once the show is done because I'm definitely going to watch the whole thing. But I definitely need more time, and hopefully that these characters grow on me more. And the problem is mostly that I felt like I was just dunked into the middle of the story. While I appreciated the craft that was behind the camera, it was really well directed by the same director as Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom. He's a very good director. He just made a bad movie in 2018. But this is very, very well directed. It looks great. But watching it on my 4K screen, I was like, this makes my TV look cool. I remember there's a couple shots I was like, I'm surprised my TV can do that. But at the same time, look at the show that you're watching. So yeah, it's a really good looking show, and the I was always intrigued by the spectacle of this world, but watching it, I did feel myself feeling the runtime at moments just because I had a really hard time connecting to some of these characters. And while there are a couple storylines I do enjoy, I enjoy a storyline about these two girls, and they semi spoilers. You've seen the first episode, but they discover something, and it's a very intriguing storyline, and they're discovering more about this thing that they find. And there's a storyline with this mom and child. I believe it's mom and child. And at first I wasn't attached, and then once the second episode was done, I cared about that storyline a little bit more. So really, right now I'm at the state of the show. I have faith that once it ends, I'll love it. But right now I'm just kind of like, okay, you kind of just jumped me into this, and I'm not sure yet. But I have full faith by how much the characters grew on me in episode 2. I really do believe by the time the show's over, I believe this is 10 episodes. By the time I go through all 10 of the episodes, or 9 or whatever it is, I have faith that I'm going to be really attached, because if episode 2 just already sold me on a couple more storylines, I'm pretty sure I'm going to enjoy the show as a whole. But you never know. It's just, just my prediction. But it was quite a lot of fun throughout the second episode. The second episode I quite enjoyed. The first episode I was like, am I going to give this a negative review? And then second episode, and that's mostly due to the fact that we had a little bit more, not action, but thrills. There's one scene in particular involving the son and that mother I was talking about earlier. A very, very thrilling sequence, and yeah, it's just I don't want to get into it because I don't know how much is revealed in the trailers. Like I said, I haven't seen any of the trailers for this, so yeah, just very good episode 2 was. And episode 1, that's the only reason why I'm kind of like leery, because I don't know. So yeah, that is my thoughts on Rings of Power. I also did watch Moonfall, and I intend to do a video on that, because that was a very special film. So yeah, like, share, subscribe, and stuff like that, and adios.